Hello, I'm Melissa Convoy, and today I'm going to show you guys what I built out for my agency on GoHighLevel. So I have a digital marketing agency. I've only been doing it for 3 months, and then coronavirus happened. So I haven't really had that many clients, and I found GoHighLevel. It's really good for automating the back end of things. So sending out text messages, emails, it has funnel builders, it has everything. So I built out automations for my agency. So when I start running Facebook ads, everything flows smoothly. And I'm going to show you guys what I did. So this is my pipeline. I recommend really thinking about what stages you want on your pipeline and making sure that you hit every point that happens throughout your sales process. So my pipeline mirrors my campaigns, which mirrors my triggers. Everything is very organized so that when you go through, you see what triggers are activating what campaigns are part of what pipeline, and it flows really smooth. So my pipeline stages are interested but didn't book, book discovery call no-show, book demo call no-show, welcome, onboarding, completed onboarding. Awesome. So then when we go to campaigns, you will see that it matches almost perfectly. So lead in, interested but didn't book, book discovery, all the way down. And then you can see that they're all numbered, and that correlates to my triggers. I wanted to keep it really organized so I know exactly what everything works with. So I know that you have folders and you can organize them in folders too, but I don't have that much stuff, so maybe I'll do that later. So lead in, book discovery, you see, we'll go through everything individually. So first I wanted to start by showing you guys my lead in trigger. And that's because I have it going to 2 campaigns. So I'm running a lead gen Facebook ad. And so I pull the information from there. And then when that gets submitted, it's actually going to add them to an opportunity in my pipeline. And it's going to add them to the interested but didn't book pipeline stage, which is the first one. So I also wanted to add that lead to my lead in campaign and my interested but didn't book campaign. And there's a reason why I have it added to both of those, and I will go show you. I also have just a lead in text. So same thing when the form, why is, okay, well, we'll go figure out why in the form. Okay, I'll figure that out after. But it texts me and lets me know when I have a new lead. Oh, okay. Well, now you see that the form is there. Okay, that was weird. Okay, sorry. So yeah, the Facebook lead form submitted, and then you have the form right there. It texts me and it just lets me know like new lead, their name, their phone number, their email, their website, and then like the amount of appointments that they see. Okay, sorry about that. So now I'm going to show you guys why I have them being added to 2 campaigns. So my lead-in campaign is what I want every single person to go through, whether they booked an appointment or not. So once you fill out the Facebook form, it directs you to my booking link, and you can actually book right there. So they're all going to get a text, hey, I'm happy you're interested in growing your business. Please check your email. And I sent them a little PDF that I made on just tips for how they can better market their studio. And the reason that I did this is because I wanted to build some goodwill with them before getting on the phone. So I don't have that many past clients, and so I don't have a whole lot of results to show. So I wanted to just give them a little something and hopefully encourage them to get on the call with me more. So that's what the lead-in campaign is. So then they also get added to the interested but didn't book campaign. And I have this first action not happening for an hour after they get added. And that is so if they actually do book an appointment, I can pull them out of this campaign. Because obviously if they book an appointment, we don't want them getting text saying like, oh, I noticed you haven't scheduled your discovery call with us yet. But I also wanted this to happen automatically. So I don't want to have to worry about like moving them into this campaign. So the second they fill out the form, they're added to this campaign. And if they don't get taken out of this campaign, these actions will all happen. So they get texted like, hey, notice you haven't scheduled your appointment. A day later, are you curious about how you can generate more appointments? Calendar link. Hey, last chance, we'll waive your setup fee, calendar link. So in all of these, they get sent my calendar link to book the discovery call. And I also ask like what time works best for you in case they just want to respond back and let me know. So then after that, hopefully we have a booked discovery. So when they book a discovery call, and this is either, again, going to happen after they fill out the Facebook form immediately, or it'll happen in one of those automations that I sent out in the Interested But Didn't Book campaign. They'll click the link and then book their appointment. So it just confirms the time. Is that correct? Because I just want to always make sure. And then 24 hours before, I remind them of the time and kindly ask them if they need to reschedule or cancel to not do so last minute. And then the morning of, I try to do it 4 hours before. I just ask like, hey, does this time still work for you? We have a call today. Because then when people say yes, I'm like, great, cool, we're going to get on the phone. If people say no, I can then reschedule and I don't have to waste my time calling them. If people don't respond, I still try to call them, but you know how that is. And then we always make sure that when you have a campaign like this where you have people responding, but you want to keep the automations going, that you turn this off. So you want to toggle the stop on response button. Normally it's on, so definitely make sure to turn it off. And then I typically set windows for all of my campaigns because I don't really want to annoy people. So I normally do like 8 to 7. Sometimes they'll be 8 to 6. I didn't really focus too much on that. Awesome. So that is the book discovery campaign. So we'll show you how people get put into that campaign. So now these are my triggers, right? So book discovery. When a customer books an appointment in my calendar, so when they book it in my calendar link, either through the Facebook ad or through the links that I send them, they will get added to my book discovery campaign. And then they are also going to get added to a new opportunity in my pipeline stage, which is the book discovery. So the next one is just another text. It just sends me when they book an appointment. It lets me know. Obviously, this is going to be in your calendar, so you don't need that. It just really helps me, and it's kind of exciting. I get a text whenever people book an appointment. I'm like, oh, cool, awesome. I have a call. So next is removed from didn't book. So this is the important one. This is to make sure that they do not get the automations in the Interested But Didn't Book campaign if they book their appointment. So I wanted to make sure that they are removed from that campaign. So when they are added to my book discovery campaign, they will be immediately removed from my Interested But Didn't Book campaign. So this works perfectly when they book the appointment right after the Facebook ad. They were initially in that Interested But Didn't Book campaign and they immediately get removed. So they don't get a single one of those texts because remember that first automation that I have is set for an hour after. So this works really well for me. I don't know if there's an easier way to do this, but I like this way. Awesome. So then what happens after the discovery call? Well, sometimes people do not show up. So we'll go to my campaigns and show you what my discovery call no-show campaign is. So it's, hey, my guy's looking forward to our call today. Is everything okay? And then I just send them the link again. I just send them my link to try to get them to rebook. So this one, again, you want to make sure that this one does have stop on response because if they respond, you don't want them to keep getting the messages. So how do they get added to this campaign? Super simple. Discovery call no-show. It's through changes in the actual pipeline stage. So when they're changed in the pipeline stage to discovery no-show, they will get added to discovery call no-show campaign. So what exactly does that mean? So on my opportunities, they will be, so let's take Brooke, this lead. This lead will typically be in book discovery, right? And then I will drag it and drop it under discovery no-show. And that will then add them to my discovery call no-show campaign. So what happens when someone books a call from my discovery no-show campaign? So I have text going out, hey, reschedule. So when someone reschedules, I want to make sure they get added back into the book discovery campaign, right? So then they're again getting those reminder messages. Hey, your appointment's tomorrow at this time. Does that work? So I made sure to make a trigger for this because obviously I already have a trigger for when they book an appointment in my discovery calendar, they get added to my book discovery campaign. But I wanted to make sure in case they respond back in the text messages and I add them to my appointment that they also get put in, if that makes sense. So if I make an appointment myself in the discovery call calendar, I want them to be added to my book discovery campaign and also added back to that book discovery stage in the pipeline. So what does this look like? This looks like the person is currently right here, right? They're in discovery no-show. So they are getting discovery no-show. So let's say they answer this right here. And they're like, oh yeah, sorry, I was busy. Can we do tomorrow at 2 p.m.? And I answer back, yeah, of course, no problem. I am going to go into their contacts, click their name, click on appointment, and create an appointment for them, right? So I want it to be in my discovery call calendar, and I'll do tomorrow at what time? Save. So since they did not book the appointment themselves, they would not have been added back to my book discovery campaign. So I wanted to make sure that nothing got left out. So that's why I have this second trigger right here. I kind of just talked in a giant circle, but I hope that makes sense because you have to make sure if you're adding appointments and they're booking appointments for like a rescheduling that you have triggers for both of those actions to add them back into like reminder campaign, you know, because you want them to still be getting these texts, hey, don't forget. Okay. So sorry, that was a lot. Okay, so wait, did I go through all of the triggers for that? Okay, so then when I get off of my discovery call, I get them to book a demo call. And a demo call is where I go into things in more detail. So then after they get off on their discovery call, I have a booked demo call reminder campaign. So this one's like confirming our time. I'm so excited. And I let them know it's going to be a Zoom meeting. So I need you to be in front of a computer with audio and I'll email them the meeting link. So I tell them all this on the call when we get off, but you want to always remind people things. So the email just basically says the same thing as this text. It tells them, hey, it's a Zoom meeting. Make sure you're in front of a computer with audio and I'll send you a meeting link. So 24 hours before, I remind them of the call and I remind them that it's going to be about 30 to 45 minutes. And I ask them, does that still work for you? This is because it's to help eliminate no-shows at the time or like me calling someone and them being like, oh, I only have 10 minutes. So obviously I let them know on my last call, but sometimes people forget. So the day before I'm like, hey, does this still work for you? So since I have that question where I'm trying to elicit a response, remember in the campaign configurations, I made sure to turn off the stop on response because I do not want them responding to that message to affect the rest of the campaign. See what I was talking about? And this one doesn't even have a window. Sometimes I just forget. I got to go back through and make this a little more organized. So yeah, I hope that they say yes. If they say no, then I reschedule and we're chilling. Then 4 hours before, I make sure they know, again, Zoom meeting, be in front of a computer, email them the link. I text them 10 minutes before, and then I have the link automatically sent to them. So it's just like my basic Zoom meeting link. So I never have to start a meeting, copy the link, email it to them. Like they're getting it no matter without me having to do anything, which that I like. It saves me time. So awesome. This is my booked demo campaign. And then I will show you guys exactly how people get added to that campaign with the triggers. And again, remember we went from 4 book demo and look, the trigger 4 book demo. So it's really easy to see where I was at, see where I'm going. So book demo. When I schedule their appointment in my demo call calendar, they get added to the opportunity stage book demo. So that will move the lead over. And then they also get added to campaign for book demo. So the reason that I don't have an automation for them booking their own demo call is because I'm on the phone with them when we schedule it. Like, I don't let someone get off the discovery call without scheduling a demo call. So they let me know what time and I book it. So then let's go back to my triggers and see what's next. Oh, so next is my demo call no-show. So I showed you guys my whole demo call campaign, and then next is my no-show campaign. So we'll go back up to campaigns and go to see for a demo call no-show. So again, this is if someone does not show up to my demo call. Text them, hey, I was really looking forward to the call. And then I just send them one day after and then 2 days after. So this is just try to get them back, obviously. So let me make sure this one is stop on response. So see, this one I have set to stop on response because I want to make sure if they answer any of those text messages that I send them, that it stops. Also, you can see here that I actually do give them the link this time to rebook. So I give them the link to reschedule a demo call. And that's important because, again, I had to set another trigger for that. So now let's go to my triggers. So we were just at for a demo no-show and look for a demo no-show. So how I'm going to get them into that campaign is through changing the pipeline stage. So when the pipeline stage gets changed to demo no-show, they get added to the demo no-show campaign. So again, what that is will be really easy. I'm just going to drag them from book demo to demo no-show, and that automation starts happening. Super easy. So then let's say one of those text messages gets their attention and they click the link and they rebook. So I wanted to make sure that I had an automation in there for when they rebook, they get added back to the campaign. So, because normally I'm adding them to the demo calendar. So when customer books appointment in calendar, demo calendar, they get added back to the book demo campaign. And we're also actually going to add them back to the book demo pipeline stage too. So book demo, cool. So then save. So that way, whether I add them back to my demo call calendar or they add themselves, either way, they're going to get added to the book demo campaign and added to the opportunity stage. And the reason why is because without having another trigger for them doing it themselves, or me doing it, sorry, is I already have this one here. So if I go and redo it, it'll just trigger this automation again. Sorry, I know I'm not good at explaining stuff sometimes. Okay, so what happens after the demo? So after the demo call, as long as they don't no-show, hopefully I closed and then we have a new client. So then from book demo, I'm going to drag them to welcome. And welcome is exactly what it seems like. Welcome to my agency. Welcome to being a part of the team. So what does our welcome campaign look like? And this will be different for everyone. So my welcome campaign is really simple, like a, hey, we're excited to work with you. Check your email. And in the email, I send them a checklist of everything I need them to send me before I can start building out their GoHighLevel automations for them. So they get this email, and then the email says at the bottom, like, once I have all this, I'll start working on everything. So I showed you guys how you would drag the lead from demo or no from book demo to welcome. And then right here, welcome 5, you can see the trigger. So pipeline stage changed in pipeline basket media, pipeline stage to welcome, add to campaign, welcome campaign. Super easy. So then what happens next? We're still in triggers. So what happens next? Then onboarding. I'll show you guys this trigger. So it's the same thing we just did. I'm going to drag them from the welcome pipeline stage to the onboarding pipeline stage. And so in pipeline stage, basket media, pipeline stage, onboarding, and then they will get added to my campaign 6 onboarding. So then let's go to my campaigns and look up campaign 6, onboarding. Boom. So this is when I tell them that, hey, we have finished building everything. Let's do an onboarding call. And I let them know it's going to take 45 to 60 minutes because I do not want them to be like, hey, whoa, this is too long, because I want them to understand everything. So what I do for my onboarding call is I send them over their login to their GoHighLevel account, and then I go through and I show them everything that we built out for them. And yeah, so we send them a text, and then we also send them an email. And these are getting them to schedule their onboarding calls. Please schedule. Yeah, so this is trying to get them to schedule their onboarding call, let them know that we're done building your stuff out. And yeah, I want them to schedule it so that I don't have to do the extra steps of going in and schedule. But obviously, if they text me and let me know, I'll go and add it. And then I just have one text the day after if they didn't schedule, because I can't imagine that after someone paid me and they're waiting for the service to be done, that they would not want to schedule the call. But maybe I'll change this. Maybe people won't schedule. You never know. Yeah, so that's super easy. And again, I showed you the trigger for that. So that'll just be, say, Brooke is in welcome right now. Drag over to onboarding, and those automations will get sent out, which is awesome. Super helpful. So what is the next campaign? The next campaign is when they actually book their onboarding call. So this is just a very simple reminder sequence so that they don't forget that they booked their discovery call. So I send them the text in the last campaign saying, hey, here's a link, book your call. And then once they do, they'll get thank you for scheduling. Can't wait to show you everything. I remind them again of how long the call will take. Then 24 hours before, it's a Zoom meeting. I'll send you the link. I remind them how long. 4 hours before, I remind them again. And then 5 minutes before, I send them a text saying we're about to start. Check your email for the meeting link. And I also email them the link at the same time. So everything happens automatically. It's very easy. And then make sure for this one, again, that stop response is off. So after I built everything out, I went back through and just checked my campaign configurations for stuff like that, because you just want to make sure that you don't accidentally have it on for a campaign that you need to keep running. Awesome. So we were just at booked onboarding, which is 6A. So let's go to triggers and see booked onboarding. So 6A, right? So when the customer books the appointment in my calendar, in my onboarding calendar, they will be added to campaign, booked onboarding campaign. So super simple. I also have a booked onboarding when I book them. Okay, so this is, remember how either they can book in my calendar or I can book them in my appointment. For this one, I wanted to make sure that I have both automatically. So again, when appointment is added to my calendar, onboarding calendar, they will be added to the booked onboarding campaign. Very simple. So in my onboarding campaign, I had one reminder the next day saying, hey, you haven't booked your appointment yet. So again, I want to always make sure that people are removed from those campaigns that are sending out texts like, oh, you didn't book, did you want to still book? So on top of having that stop on response, because honestly, I need to ask GoHighLevel this, but I don't actually know if them clicking the link in the text counts as a response. So maybe they're getting stopped and the campaigns aren't continuing anyway. But just to be safe, I always have a trigger that removes them from that campaign. So when they're added to my booked onboarding campaign, so once they book their appointment either through the calendar or me booking it for them, they are removed from my onboarding campaign. So they're not going to get that text the day after like, hey, you haven't booked your onboarding, like what's up? Because again, we do not want to annoy people. No one likes being annoyed. They're already getting a lot of text messages from me. Okay, so what is last? Okay, so my last campaign, we'll show you the trigger first since we're here. My last campaign, again, really easy. It's just my pipeline stage being changed and my pipeline to completed onboarding. And then they get added to my completed onboarding campaign. So again, what this will look like is dragging this lead that's currently under the onboarding pipeline stage to completed onboarding pipeline stage. So, oops, well, she's getting automations for the demo no show. Sorry, Brooke. She's one of my friends. She'll be okay. I used her as a test. Okay, so what is my completed demo campaign? Or my completed onboarding, sorry. Getting to the end and I'm just chopping the ball. Okay, so when we complete our onboarding, I go through how they log in, how they use everything, how they see dashboard, everything. And so I let them know, hey, your ads are up and running in a couple of days. You should start seeing results. I emailed you your login and onboarding video. And I email them that. So what I do is I record all of my onboarding calls and then I add them to this email. But I think what I'm going to do instead is just do a walkthrough of me going through someone's account and going through everything and send it so that I can have it added to this email and I don't have to worry about going and adding it. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to do that. But yeah, so it sends them their username and password. And so I have set their username and password as a custom field so that I can change that whenever I have a new client. I don't have to go and add it in here. I just go to settings and then I go to custom values and then, oh no, not custom values. I'm sorry. It's under custom fields. So username and placeholder. So I get those from GoHighLevel. Mm-hmm. Cool. So, yeah. So that is how I built everything out. And I hope you like it. If you have any questions, let me know. This software is great and it's very user-friendly and the staff gets back to you very quickly with your questions. And I have had a lot of questions, so trust me on that one. Awesome.